Basically the Future Podcast. It's your boy Mills.
It's your boy Shann.
It's your boy, man. Some Moose. What's good? What's good?
What's good with y'all? We chilling, man. On the fine end of the weekend. We're recording a little bit earlier than normal, but we got some good news. I guess you would say people would call it good news when it comes to the George Floyd case.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
I mean, when you look at it in the history and the context of what's been going on, I guess it's good news because you're actually seeing a police officer get sentenced.
Right.
Usually when they get off with everything. So, I mean, how do you feel with his sentencing first off? We're talking about Derek Chauvin, the officer who murdered George Floyd. He just got sentenced to 22 years.
Yeah, but he only got to serve 15.
So he'll get off on good behavior.
And how many years?
15.
15?
Yeah.
He has to serve 15.
So he has to serve all 15.
To get early parole.
Do you think he'll get early parole or what?
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I think he will.
Are they planning on putting
He'll probably be in PC the whole time.
He a white man.
He'll probably be in protected custody the whole time because he has to. Because he can't go to the population, bro.
You don't think he can go?
He can't go on the population.
What do you think they're gonna do to him?
They're gonna kill him, bro.
You think they're gonna kill him?
For sure.
They're not gonna kill it. They're
gonna kill him, bro.
They're not gonna kill him.
You think that
Actually,
they gonna kill him, bro.
They might kill him.
They're gonna kill
Jim
him.
Pop, they probably would.
They gonna kill him, bro.
Is he going to like a state prison or federal?
Well, are those federal charges, Toad? Those are regular state charges.
They probably are. Don't ask me. I'm not a lawyer yet.
I mean,
I'm gonna say the wrong thing. Next thing you know, you said it on the podcast.
Nah,
so it must be right.
I think those are regular state charges. I think he'll go to state prison. He ain't commit a federal crime.
I mean, you're right.
He gonna go to state prison,
and they gonna
which is worse than federal prison.
If he's in Jim Pop, they gonna do him.
He ain't got no.
Bro.
He don't stand a chance, bro.
No chance at all.
He don't stand a chance.
I mean, do you think on a different note? I know we're talking about it like in low key, like a joking matter. Do you think George Floyd's family? Obviously, they can't get George Floyd back, but do you think that they're satisfied with the sentencing, or do you think they're
probably not? They probably want him to get life.
It's not even about life. It's just more so about the fact that like they lost their son. They lost a family member. So it's like he can go to jail for life, but that's not going to do it justice. Like at the end of the day, you got to understand like there's no amount of sentencing, there's no amount of money that you're going to give them that's going to quantify their family member. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like so it's like if you want to look at it from an objective point of view, yeah, of course, like they can be happy he's going to jail, but in the bigger picture, it's like they'll be happy he in jail, but for the most part, he killed their son,
and he getting out one day.
Yeah, he getting out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just always gonna look away, in my opinion. So it's just I don't know.
I thought he was gonna get more years.
Nah,
I thought he was gonna get 25 to life or like 30 clip.
They gave that one white girl that came in and broke in both them Jean's house. They gave her 10 years and she's appealing the case.
Right.
So it's like for him,
and he was trying to get a new trial.
Yeah.
Today.
So it's like at this point, it's like we at the end of the day, we should know
he guilty on 3 murder charges. You know what I'm saying? So like 15 years. I mean,
they goofy for what they did. I mean, I should have known. Like. For me, that's why I wasn't happy when, he's guilty on all 3 counts. I'm like, there's nothing to be happy about. You gotta wait until the sentencing come.
People are going to say, you guys aren't satisfied, like he's going to prison and all that, but like,
it's not about that. Like, there are people that are in jail for life right now for weed.
Yeah,
that's true. In jail right now for shoplifting,
having 2 ounces on you.
Yeah, like
15
so
years.
Of course, I'm not gonna be satisfied. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I just watched somebody get murdered on Instagram Live. So why would I be satisfied with somebody only getting 15 years?
And if it was the other way around, if this was a cop life getting taken, life
without a doubt.
It'd be life.
Life without a doubt.
It'd be life.
Don't you get like 10, 15 years? I think you probably get like 10, 15 years for like assault.
Probably more.
Yeah.
Probably
that's what
more.
I'm saying. It's
depending.
Like you get that just for assault. So that's why I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, you want me to be happy when we knew that he went out of his way to kill? But we're not even. I'm not gonna make y'all relive that. But all I can say is that it's cool. I guess.
Yeah, he should be going to prison. We are happy that he's going to prison. Don't get it twisted.
But it's like they're trying to make us feel like he went to jail.
I just was expecting more. I wasn't expecting
anything. Like
I don't know.
I wasn't expecting nothing.
With this, I think in the grand scheme of things, yes, it's a step forward for what's been going on. In my opinion, I think it's an improvement. Obviously, you can't, like I said before, you can't bring back George Floyd. The trauma that the family felt, that people felt, you can't replace that. The experience that they went through, they can't replace that. But seeing a cop actually be sentenced for the crime that he committed, I feel as though it's a step in the right direction. Now,
absolutely,
I would be more disappointed if we continue to go backwards and not continue to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think this will be used as a lesson, in a sense, to the police force that you will be held accountable. Or at least we hope it would. But do I think things are going to change within the police force like that? No. You mean what?
I mean, I was going to say, what did you think was going? The only way, if you want me to be honest, the only thing that really can change is if you just eradicate the police force.
What do you mean?
That can't happen, bro.
Why?
I can't.
Eradicate the police force?
What does the police force do?
Okay, I don't want to be that guy, but not all cops are fucking dickheads.
It's not about being dickheads. It's what do the police do?
They police.
Police what?
Protect and serve.
The people, the community.
No, they don't. The only time you ever really see police actually prevent stuff is when they're called ahead of time. 10 times out of 10, you call the police after shit happened.
Yeah, but you never expect shit to go down the way it go down, though. What you gonna do? You don't know if it ain't gonna pull up on you on some crazy shit.
But my point is this: let's not even take the situation from a standpoint of violence. Police are called for every single situation. Police are called if someone is having a mental health episode because people don't know what to do. People are called when someone is suicidal. People are called for all these different things. So it's what do the police do? They're not even trained to deal with mental health issues. They're not trained to deal with all types of issues. So
okay, but that's a police issue, not an
eradication.
eradication.
What I'm saying is, why not take all the funding from the police and put it into things where you can actually help the community?
So we gonna be out here with no police?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
How that's gonna go?
I'm cool with that.
Niggas gonna be robbing everybody, bro.
No, they not, bro.
Yeah.
You don't think motherfuckers gonna come over here and rob your crib?
They rob people already.
But they won't come over here now and do it.
They rob people.
So if they made
already.
a big announcement, you know what I'm saying?
It'd be hold on. So you on some real tight, purge shit right now.
It's not gonna be purge shit. That's what I'm saying. There's a certain way that you can move where you don't really necessarily need the police.
Break it down for us, Toby. Break it down for us.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Break it down
You
for us.
You have a neighborhood watch. You can have trained professionals. You can have security.
Neighborhood watch
George Zimmerman.
Hell, did I say that? No.
But that neighborhood watch.
But that's the first thing.
George Zimmerman is a different. I'll be honest with you. George Zimmerman is not going to be the example because now we're going to.
How do you know
he is the example of what happens when you got motherfuckers like that doing neighborhood watch?
You think how many George Zimmermans do you think there are in just the country alone, or even in Florida alone?
Actual George Zimmerman.
Tons.
I honestly think that there's less than.
Tons,
I honestly
bro.
think no.
If you give the right person,
you even have some concern.
Whoa, hold on, stop. You saying no. I think the same thing that's happening in the police force where you give cowards a badge is going to happen if you allow people to be neighborhood fucking
bro.
watch.
I'm saying this from a
what do you mean?
I'm not looking. No,
because you already see these boys that be out here, the people that's like the armed militia that be showing up to these riots.
But
and shit.
I'm saying when you say, oh, how many George Zimmermans are there? You also have to understand what George Zimmerman has done after he's killed Trayvon Martin.
Okay, but he went off the rails afterwards though. Before he was already
and
fucked
how
up.
many people do you honestly think? Even if people, let's assume everybody in the neighborhood watch was racist. How many people do you think would do what George Zimmerman has done?
All of them.
I doubt it.
They got a chance to?
Even with
in the heat of the moment?
This is me.
They got a chance to? Nobody around?
I'm not talking about just saying killing some black man you see the hood on. I'm talking about the whole perspective of who George Zimmerman is now. I highly doubt if you give racists that opportunity, that power, they are not going to end up the same way George Zimmerman did.
You're saying end up. We're talking pre-Trayvon Martin.
We're talking about being on a neighborhood watch as a racist.
Before Trayvon Martin died, then okay, then you could say there's a chance.
That's what we're talking about.
That's all that matters. Who cares about what happened after the fact?
After the fact is an effect, a reaction to what happened. You feel me? We're talking about neighborhood watch. Prior, you're not killing anybody, but the people that have the same mindset that George Zimmerman had, which is, look, I'm in control of the neighborhood. Anything that goes down, it's not going down on my watch. If I see somebody rob, I'm gonna be a little rent-a-cop, Paul Blart, rent-a-cop, whatever you want to call it, mall cop, and take whoever down because I have the authority, I have the power. Same when you think,
or such and such looks sketchy walking around the neighborhood.
Who was the kid that got killed for jogging in the neighborhood?
Ahmaud
Arbery. Well, how many? That's the same scenario.
Yeah,
such and such is looking in the neighborhood. Let's go kill them all.
It's the same thing, bro.
They also killed him with guns. And my thing is,
still,
I think I highly believe that because we're looking at it from a standpoint of we're assuming that in every single situation this is going to be an act of violence, or we're going to assume that we're removing the police just based off of violent crimes. I'm looking at the whole objective of the police. When I say that we don't really need police the way that we think that we do, we don't really need them the way they think that we do, because overall, in a lot of cases, what the police get called to do in a lot of cases, you really don't need the police to handle. Like, that's why I'm saying this. It's not from a standpoint of, if you want to talk about violent crimes, of course you're going to need the police to handle those situations because they're trained.
So then you do need them then. So you can't eradicate them because they got to handle those violent situations. Who's going to handle those violent situations?
You can still fund the police and eradicate them to a point where you don't have a full police force of 100-something men walking around with guns and just giving out tickets just because they have to meet a quota.
So what's your alternative?
My alternative is, if you want to sit here, my point is this. If we're going to sit here and fund the police, give them riot shields, going to give them rubber bullets, all these different things.
That stuff is the problem.
Yeah. Take their budget. I'm being 100%
They shouldn't
honest.
be driving Teslas and shit like that and
Take
Dodge
away
Chargers.
75% of their budget and fund it into other things, like fund it into mental health centers, fund it into what's them shits called, the de-escalation people, all these different types of people that they have. Like, I'm freestyling off the top of my head right now because this is really just brand new stuff that we're talking about. But we don't need the police the way that everybody makes it seem.
I'm with you there. I'm with you in the aspects of, spend some of that money elsewhere, but I don't think that they should be totally eradicated.
We need to take out most of their damn budget.
How much of the budget do you think they need to take out?
75% need to get taken out in local communities.
And do what with it?
Put it into
You're
the
saying
community.
invest it back into the community.
Like, think about it. Most of the police officers.
We agree with that point, by the way.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, just think about it. Like, most of these police officers get the money that we pay taxes for. Property tax, local taxes, all that, and they get put in nice trucks, nice badges, nice outfits.
Yeah,
they get their own gas stations.
New whips.
Oh, that's true. That's all true.
That bullshit. So my thing is that at the same time, it's like, why can't you fund that into your schools? Mm-hmm. Why can't you put that into your community centers? Mm-hmm. And we're not even talking about just the hood. We're talking about even neighborhoods that we live in. Mm-hmm. Y'all can put that into neighborhoods and make this a better area just for people and for young kids.
It's a systematic issue, though. How do we go about defunding the police, so to say? How does that even happen?
You gotta get into local office.
And how hard is that going to be?
But okay.
Let me answer that question. It honestly, truly, it's really not as hard as you think that it is. It's really not, because a lot of people don't run for local office.
Explain to the people then.
A lot of people don't vote in local offices. A lot of people don't run for local office. Like, I'll be honest, where we live, we have a friend of ours. Literally, he went to go run for, what was it? He ran for a local position. He literally wrote his name on it and he won.
Who?
Molly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently he.
Are you talking about on the board? You talking about the board of the? I'm talking
about local position.
Nah. You talk about Parks and Rec and all that. I'm talking about
real change.
I'm talking about the level where you really impacted. Yes, on the ground.
If you want to run, you
just start from the grassroots. I understand that. You just start from the ground, whatever it be.
If you want to run Camden, for example, the mayor, not even the assembly, just Camden in itself. You have the mayor, you have why can't I think of this stuff? My mind is going blank right now. But let's say the mayor and the council, they're in charge of the budget of Camden. They're the people that are like, yo, we're putting our money into a new park. We're putting our money into Walter Rand Transportation Center. Like, they're the people that make those choices.
Yeah, we're talking about politics now, though.
Yeah, that's
we know how corrupt politicians are.
But what I'm saying is, we all think that it's corrupt, but the thing is in a lot of cases, it's a lot easier to get into those local offices than you think. Running for mayor, obviously, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Mm-hmm. But those council and those board seats, they're a lot easier to get into. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, go online, look it up. You could probably run for a board seat. Most of those people have been in there for like 5-10 years because people don't run.
Although they want to make a change, go run for y'all local shit, like Moose just said.
Yeah, run for your local shit and all that stuff. But it goes back to my point. You still haven't given me like a blueprint to how we defund the police, though. Everybody says that, but yes, people go to office and do that. But I'm saying, when you get in office, what's the plan to defund the police, to roll it out, to let the people get accustomed to police not being around? Because a lot not being around. It is about police not being around, because people, I feel as though, how many people do you know act different when they know police aren't around at all? just move different. They move different. They operate different.
Of course.
And I'm not even saying nothing bad, but I'm just saying they move in a different way. Now you're telling the whole community, all right, you have no more police. You just have Joe Blow, Joe Schmo.
You have your neighborhood watch. I don't trust none of y'all motherfuckers anyway.
Like it's not even.
You don't even talk to your neighbor next door to you.
But that's my thing though. So let's keep the police in the situation. Right now, somebody could rob somebody, and the police wouldn't get here until after that motherfucker's gone.
Okay, but that's normal. That's crime. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that the issue is that whether or not we have the police or we take away the police, the crime is still gonna happen.
But I'm saying the rate in which the crime happens, I think, would change though, because people are going to be more prone to attempt this because they know there's not a police force going to crack down on them if they get caught. That's what I'm trying to say.
So if they don't get caught, either way, let's say hypothetically, my hypothetical world, someone commits a crime, the police come and they never come back here again.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
The likelihood of it happening goes up if you have a police force, is what I'm saying. The likelihood of someone trying to go into your crib with no police force is going to go up if they know there's no police force. That's the point of. If
there's no consequences for anything, if there's no fear of at least going to jail, it'll be fucking craziness out here, bro. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna trust my neighbors. What are neighbors gonna be doing? Patrolling the streets? Motherfuckers gonna be doing what they want to do.
Think about this. Think about when the riots happened, right? And everybody was, and the chaos was going, things of nature. People were looting or whatever it may be. People were doing that because they knew that there was too many of them, that if all of them did something, they're not all going to get caught. You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't enough police there to police the area that was getting looted and robbed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If there was a whole SWAT force of people surrounding these establishments, do you think they're going to go into the establishments where all the police are, or where nobody's at?
No.
Honestly, I go where the police is at, but that's just me.
See,
you ain't running up on no cops, bro.
What?
Cut it out.
Little
you ain't running up on no cops, moves.
Cop out.
You ain't running up on no
cops,
bro.
Look, this is what I notice about moves. Every time,
who running up on, bro? You go where the cops go when?
I would.
Nah, listen.
When?
In a protest or a riot, I would.
By yourself? Armed cops in front of a store, you gonna go into and try to take something? Yeah. They gonna break the black off of you, bro.
Yeah.
They can't catch me.
What I'm saying is,
you out of here. Yo, this man.
So what I take from this is that you don't have a concrete plan.
No, I don't have. It's not that I don't have a. We just literally talked about this. I normally think about this during the week, and I come in with a general consensus.
Take some time to think about it, and we come back to it.
Yeah, because this is
that don't make no sense.
This might be the second week in a row where I'm saying I'm testing the boys that I don't know.
That don't make no sense, brother.
Nah, come back to me next week. I'll have a plan for you. I just have to, like I said, we're just talking about this right now. I always have a concrete plan. I guarantee you, I can have a plan on this, and it'll make sense.
I got you. Let's jump into the next topic though. That we wanted to discuss last few weeks, but it just kind of came to light more with Robert Griffin being in the spotlight.
Being a child.
What'd you say?
Being a child. Being annoying.
I mean, is he being a child?
Being
I don't know what he be. Being himself.
Well, let's give the listeners a little background about what's been going on. The things that have been going on Twitter in terms of Robert Griffin is he posted a video of his wife working out, and he's known for having backlash about flaunting his wife. For being white. He's a black male, so black Twitter got on him talking about we don't need this, pretty much. So my thing is, and they're trying to start to say that he wasn't pro-black because he does all these antics and things of that nature. My thing is, can you be pro your race if you date outside your race? And for example would be Robert Griffin. Can he be pro-black if he dates outside of his race, which he's married to a white woman? So what are your thoughts on that? Give me your thoughts. Talk about it. React to what's been going on with Robert Griffin. React to the topic at hand. I just want to hear your thoughts in general.
Musavelli? Because I already see.
Robert Griffin III is just annoying. He's just trying to make antics because he can't fucking play football no more, but that's not my.
So what you think? He looking for attention?
Yes, he is.
He don't need no attention, bro. He about to sign a multi-million-dollar deal with one of these networks to be a broadcaster.
But then if he don't need the attention, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing.
Bro, if that was a case, he can do what he want to do on Twitter,
but
bro.
My thing is, it's not even about doing what you're doing on Twitter. Like, and before I even get into my case, this is my thing, right? What I notice about a lot of people, not even in interracial relationships, a lot of them always try to cap hard. Like a lot of people, I'm not saying everybody does this, but a lot of people try to cap for the interracial relationship. Say, oh, say for example, I'm using this hypothetically. If a black woman dates a white man, oh my gosh, like black men are this, black men are that, or I'm dating a white man and it's great. You know, this, and this. They always make these stupid points that aren't 100% true. It's the same thing sometimes for a black man dating a white woman. And mind you, like I said, I personally don't have a problem with it. I have different views on it. It's just more so from a sense of like, I don't mind when people do things. Just don't do things for attention. Well, and how it looks is that Robert Griffin is bringing this up because he's bringing it up for attention. I don't care if you're dating a white woman. Just don't bring attention to it. And that's the problem.
Is he bringing up for attention?
I don't think he is,
or do you
bro.
think the light was brought to it when it came to him in general? I feel like there's been a spotlight on his relationship since he came into the league.
It has been.
You feel me? Like it was a whole ordeal. Like this star black quarter popped out and he has this white wife. It was an ordeal when he came into the league.
And that's not like quote unquote like to everyone's standards good looking enough to be dating a starting quarterback. Like the same thing you see about like Mahomes' wife, right? She's not good looking enough for what people think to be dating a star quarterback, but that shit don't fucking matter. He could be whatever you want to be with, bro.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like he can be with whoever he wants to be with. It's just my thing is it's about your antics and what you're bringing attention to. I use this example all the time. Taking race out of it. I look at someone like Lizzo, right? Lizzo plays like 12 instruments.
She's a very talented musician.
And what do we know her for?
The twerking shit.
Doing dumb shit.
What point are you getting to?
My point is that it's like my point is that just let what you're good at show. You don't have to do antics. You don't have to sit here and be like, oh, I'm twerking, oh, I'm fat, to bring attention to the fact that you're a talented individual. Like when you're humble.
But is it antics though, or is she just being herself? Is she doing whatever the fuck she wants to do? Which is what we all want to do.
No, that's fine. But my thing is that my problem isn't about doing what you want to do. It's about doing what you want to do and expect that people are not going to talk about it. Like you're a celebrity, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to twerk. I'm going to wear a bad outfit to a Lakers game, and then I'm going to be upset that everybody's talking about me. It's like you're bringing attention to yourself.
You already got to understand that working in the industry is that people are going to pick apart everything you do because they're on that level.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is, if you working in the industry, you should understand that. So my thing is that you're always going to have attention on you. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a difference between always having attention on you and everybody knows you as a celebrity versus you're doing something to warrant a type of result. And then now you use that result that you get to now react in a certain way where you look like the victim.
But what makes you think he was doing it for attention, though?
I'm bringing up the tweets.
That's what
I'm saying.
I seen it, and I'm like, this nigga is capping for attention.
You talking about the white wife joint he put up?
Yeah, and then he put up the swords, and then the nigga was doing whatever.
I understand the post that he posted and the tweets that he tweeted, but I'm saying though, like prior to that, what was he doing for attention?
Nothing, but that's my thing though. My thing is it goes back.
So you think he's doing this now for attention?
Right now he's doing everything for attention. Like at a certain point, were we talking about his wife in a wrong way? Yeah. At a certain point, everybody do that for about 48 to 72 hours and they move on with their life.
But that's okay though? Is that okay?
I'm not saying it's okay. But what I'm saying is as a celebrity, you understand that at a certain point, people are going to talk because you're famous, you're in the limelight, you have a lot more light on what you do as a person. But what I'm saying is that it doesn't last forever. Like, after 72 hours, I don't even remember half the stuff we said about it. I know that some things were said, they weren't nice, but I don't remember the specifics. Does he probably remember it? Yeah, of course, because he was the one being talked about. But what I'm saying is that now that you're bringing it up again, and now you making scenes, you making tweets about it, you trying to act funny about it, I get it, it's cool. But don't be upset when people come crazy at you or come back with the same energy that they had years ago about it. And then all of a sudden, oh, why is everybody acting like this? It's because you brought that attention to it. If Robert Griffin III didn't say nothing about it, came back, signed a deal, whatever, it is what it is. You could post with your white wife, nobody cares.
But my thing is, that goes back to my question, which we all kind of danced around. We went off topic a little bit. Can you be pro your race? And we're all black, so you can be pro black and hate outside your race. That's what I want to know, because that's why Twitter, social media always gets in a frenzy when they see interracial relationships. Is they're saying, how can you be pro this, pro that, when you're not even dating somebody in your race? Dr. Umar, who we consider extreme, he says that all the time. And he's not the only one, but people say, I see people with like-minded thoughts and ideologies when it comes to this. So I want to hear your thoughts on that exactly. Not the antics specifically when it comes to Robert Griffin or Lizzo, but you personally, how do you feel about that topic?
I mean, I think you can. Obviously, I'm in an interracial relationship, and like once we have kids, my kids aren't not going to be black. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I really don't get how it even really makes sense to people that I can't be pro-black if my child is mixed, because my child's going to be looked at and identified as black. Because I mean, even like somebody like Obama, whose mama's white, don't nobody ever talk about that shit. He's a black man, right? To people. Don't nobody talk about that shit, Moose, bro.
With Obama?
Yeah.
Well, actually, never mind.
Don't nobody talk about that shit, bro.
You was about to start capping.
Yeah, you
was
are
about to really start
Whoever
capping.
brings up the fact that his mom is white? Nobody. You never hear that shit.
What? Okay, never mind. I'm not capping today. I'm not doing this today.
Hold on. Stop.
We're gonna keep going today. We're gonna keep going today.
Nah, because my thing is this. When you address Barack Obama, what did they say him as? The first black president of the United States.
Correct.
If he was
mama's white,
right or wrong. Right? Right or wrong? What do people?
You're capping right now, dog. You're capping right now. They don't.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all have it today.
They don't call him the first black president.
They do, but I'm gonna let y'all have it today.
But what? Have what?
I'm gonna let y'all have it today.
Have what?
I'm not doing it today.
Have what? Because you're not making no sense.
I am making. All right, so here's my thing, right? Yes, they say that, but we all know how the media. We know how the media pulls strings, right? Like, we understand it's the same thing that they do with Kamala Harris. She's the first black woman in office. But my thing is that when we look at when we look at Michelle, we say Michelle is the first full black woman in office. Obama.
When did they ever say she's the first full black woman in office?
Y'all niggas not on the internet, man. Maybe I'm on the internet.
Niggas start capping.
I'm not capping. All I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that people do bring it up. People do address the fact that he has a white mother. Maybe is it talked about the way that it normally is talked about?
That shit ain't talked about, bro.
It's not talked about it like that, but it has been said. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah,
bro,
no,
if you got to sneeze a black in your dog, niggas gonna refer to you as black, bro.
Just answer me this.
I don't.
Just answer me this.
I don't believe that. But
just answer me this. This is all I want to know. Do they address Barack Obama as the first black president or the 44th white president of the United States? Which one do they address him as?
I mean, it depends.
The majority of the time.
It doesn't depend, bro. Stop capping on here.
I'm not capping. Like I said, yes,
who's ever referred to him as just the regular 44th
Nobody.
president? You have? Okay, so these are your ideas that you're saying
I'm fucking with
that you're putting out there.
Today, I'm trolling, but not for real though. Now you like I said, I'm not doing this, but yeah, they do refer to him as the first black president of the United States.
Back to my original point of what I was saying was before we went off on that is that my kids will still be looked at as black, and they'll be half black, half Israeli, but they'll be looked at as little black kids for their whole lives. So how can I not be or I like identify as black by having an interracial in an interracial relationship and have kids? To me, it doesn't even make sense.
Thoughts?
What do you think, Wells?
When it comes to me, I mean, I definitely believe you can be pro your race and date outside your race. I feel like those thoughts and concerns or ideas that you can't come from old teachings. And people that think that way, I feel as though if they're our age, they were taught that and that's all they know, or they grew up in a community that is not very interracial. But in the grand scheme of things, nowadays, I feel like you can date whoever you want and still be pro your race. And if anybody says otherwise, I feel like they live under
It's 2021.
They live under a freaking rock.
It doesn't matter.
I'm in an interracial relationship.
Yeah, it's so 2021, like, bro. It doesn't matter.
Me and my girl,
kids.
we're not the same race or ethnic background, so that goes out the window. I can't even say I'll just contradict myself at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thoughts.
My kids will be able to identify with both of their cultures, their black culture and their Israeli culture, because they are both, right? I don't see the issue. I really don't. People just be making shit, bro. Like you said, it's 2021, fam.
Because
there's so many interracial people. There's so many interracial couples. Like, there's so many interracial kids now. Like, it's like, and they were even saying, like scientists were saying, like, there's going to be a certain point in time where everybody's going to be mixed. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And my also thought before you go into, 'cause I know you have a lot to say, is this, that it's like, how can I not be pro-black when my my mother's black, my dad's black, my sister's black, my brother's black, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a black male at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, I'm going to have my best interest at heart. Like in my clear eye view, you feel me?
It's like if I did outside my race, what does that mean? I hate black people.
Like I don't understand that, and maybe y'all can touch on it more. Why people have those thoughts or think you can't be. I can understand if you're somebody that's dating outside your race and you just saying, I don't mess with those kind over there, buddy. Like, or I don't associate with them. They're a different type of black. Like, okay, when you're speaking that type of language on some Uncle Ruckus type BS, then that's one thing. But if you're still actively around people that are like you, you're actively supporting the community that looks like you, that is your race, that is your ethnic background, then I'm not gonna fault you for dating somebody outside of your race. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't sit right with me.
So motherfuckers gonna tell me I can't be at like a pro-black function if I'm in an interracial marriage? You out of your fucking mind. You sound stupid.
Yeah, no, it's all about context and how people word it and what specifically people are like upset about. You can't. For me, that's why I said I don't have a problem with it, but there's a problem with your reasoning behind it, right? If you have an Uncle Ruckus mindset and you explain, yeah, I can't, like, going back, this is my problem with a lot of interracial relationships. A lot of those people low-key have a lot of hatred for their own race or their own skin color. If we want to debate that, we can, but
that's true.
A lot of those people on the internet that cap the way that they cap on the internet have a lot of deep hatred for their own race in terms of black. You're
saying a black guy dating a white guy hates black people.
Yeah. So my thing is that, like, when you have that type of situation, that's where I get irritated. It's like, okay, but you're dating this person because you low key have a hatred for your own people. That's a problem.
No, that's a problem.
That's where my problem.
That's a problem.
But where my thing is, I'm not saying this is my whole belief, but I'll take this from this perspective. I'll take it from the perspective of, I think a lot of people, I'm not even going to talk about Umar Johnson because I understand where he's coming from, but I think a lot of people will understand it as, it's like, granted, yeah, you may have a black family, but it's one of those things where it's like your parents always tell you you're not really going to understand something until you're in a situation. It's like, it could be an idea where, yeah, you can be supportive of black people, or we can support black women, but we wouldn't be able to know how to deal with a black woman, quote unquote, unless we're in a relationship and we grow with that black woman. You know, you get what I'm saying? Not in a sense.
I get what you're saying. I mean, it's fair.
It's in a sense.
Is it fair though?
I mean, I'm not saying it's fair.
So you're saying that, like, if you don't date a black woman, you can't relate to what it's like to. Is that what you mean?
Family. It's like sports analogy. It's like the coaches that don't really play basketball, but
right,
they have all the plans.
I get what you're saying.
Versus you coaching like a LeBron James, where it's like LeBron sees the game and he can be a coach. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. For sure.
So it's like, for some people, it's like it's one of those things. Like the coach with no actual in-play experiences versus you're actually on the court playing. I don't know.
But how does that make me not pro-black still?
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't. I think a lot of people will look at it as like, you're not gonna understand, and at a certain point, it's like.
But it's like, I understand what it's like to be a black man still.
But my thing is, where people come from sometimes, it's like, it has to be blackity black, because it's it's like, think about it. It's like, okay, in order for you to understand our struggle, for you to understand like the whole thing that we're going through and how to advance, you need to be able to consistently have a perspective that is black in order for you to have a full perspective on how to push forward in a black community. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I get it. My perspective is always
wait. I don't want to jump off this yet, because nah. I'm saying though, because I was gonna forget my thought, but what I wanted to ask you was the point you made about being in a relationship with a black woman and not being able to understand how to deal with a black woman or deal with a black family or whatever. I don't agree with that necessarily either, because in our households, we've dealt with black women, but we've been around black women. We see how they react to certain things. We see how certain things bother them. It's not just like being in a relationship. You have aunts, cousins, sisters, whatever it may be, that you have all different experiences to pull from. Yes, you're not physically in a relationship when it comes to intimacy or love, quote unquote, and that type of relationship, but you are in other relationships on the regular, and it's whether you realize it or not. So I feel as though, because even like when things happen in the culture or society, right, I'll have conversations with my sister and mother, and I see how stuff affects them. You feel me? Don't you think the things that affect them one way is gonna affect another black woman in a similar way or similar aspect, no matter if you're in a relationship with them or not?
Do you relate to your girlfriend the same way that you relate to your mom?
No, I don't.
So based off of that, couldn't people argue that, okay, you don't relate to your mom the same way that you relate to your partner? So you can so people can make the argument based off that, like, you're not like, yeah, you may see how your mom reacts. Your mom, like, for example, parents are weird sometimes. Some parents may not show you everything that they're feeling, how they're feeling certain things. That's just how they are. When you with your girl will show you everything, and you'll see everything at a certain point. So it's like, for you, it's like, yeah, you're right. You can see how your mom reacts, how your sister reacts. Hypothetically speaking, you get married to, like, let's say, I'll just use me. I date black women, of course, as we all know. But but I'm saying, let's say
This nigga's crazy, bro.
No, so
Was
let's
that
say,
another Moose disclaimer?
Of course it was, bro. Of course it was.
No, but I'm just saying, like, let's say I get married. Let's say I get married. I'm with a black woman, right? Something may happen, right? I'll see my woman at the end of the night. I will see how she reacts. I'll see all of this. I'll be with her. I'll be the person that she confides in the most. At a certain point, yeah, you may see your mom, but your mom is not going to confide in you. She's going to confide in her husband. So it's like, yeah, you're right in a sense
That
of
depends. That depends on the type of relationship you have with your mother, though.
I mean, yeah, no, of course it's gonna always depend. But when it comes down to it, when it comes to you being married, the first thing that you're not gonna do, you're not gonna run to your kids and cry to your kids about certain things. You're gonna run to your husband who's known you for 10 and 15 years. So it's like, I guess one can
That's a fair point.
Like,
that is a fair point.
You can make that argument that, like, people may look at it as, yeah, you may see your sister, you may see your mom, but you're probably not going to see what a black woman truly feels, very vulnerable, very by herself, until you're in a relationship or marry or date a black woman. This is excluding Umar Johnson's not say hyper, because what he says makes sense, but his views on black families. So,
I mean, to that point that you just made, I mean, I can agree with that to an extent for sure, but I still feel as though when certain situations come up, you're still going to be able to relate to them, no matter if you're in a relationship with them or not. Yes, the relationship you have with your significant other is going to be different, but when it comes down to the race thing, which is the question at hand, I feel as though you can still relate to someone that is the same ethnic or racial background as you if you're not in a relationship with them.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I think another point you come up with is a mixing of culture. And how do I say this? Okay, let me give a context, because you know me, I'll be bad at explaining my endpoint sometimes. Let's say, for example, you get married to someone outside your race. After a while, the cultures are going to blend. After a while, there may be some things in the black community that you may not even be privy to. Not say privy, but you may not even, like, remember, or things that just may not happen because you're dating someone, say, maybe that's Indian, or maybe dating someone that's white. After a while, your cultures kind of blend. And you look at it as like a family as like two different cultures, not a black family or a white family or an Indian family. Those cultures may blend, and it may just end up being a culture that may be a mix of the two. I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not saying this is wrong at all. But may just be a culture that's a mix of the two, and not necessarily a situation where it's like you're purely in a Indian family or an Asian family or a black family. So yeah, no, you're right. I think another point could just be that you may just end up losing some culture, not in a bad way, but it just may not end up being a fully black culture, fully Indian culture. Like, you may just have to explain to someone who's Indian what the cookout is. You know what I'm saying? Or the hypothetical cookout or the black cookout. You may have to explain to a white woman may have to explain to her husband what a casserole is. You know, I'm joking. You know.
This man here.
This man's on a roll today, bro. No cap. That was kind of funny, bro.
You know, white people always be making casseroles.
No,
bro.
that was kind of funny, Mills. I ain't gonna cap, bro. That was kind of funny,
mans,
bro.
Get
That's
your
your man's, dog.
He on some. He
That's
on
your
some.
mans.
He on some other stuff right now.
Nah, for real though.
He said the casserole.
Nah, one thing I'll say about this, like when it comes to like families and stuff, right? Like, let's say I have a daughter. She'll be a mixed daughter, right? I may not be a black woman, so I may not be able to help her understand what it's like to be a black woman, but I got sisters.
You got your mother.
I got my mom. I got cousins that can help her understand what it's like if any issues ever arise and she has questions that I can't answer, right? So I think that when it comes to the family dynamic, I think it could all work out just fine.
You know, it's
you know
true.
what I mean?
I'm just presenting points that a lot of people could bring up. Like, I think like, so I'm throwing this out there. Do y'all think Drake? Do you think Drake's son is black?
Yeah,
he has black in him for sure.
He's a biracial baby.
If somebody saw Drake's son, would you think that he's black?
Somebody would
taking
definitely think he was
braids
mixed
or
with
Yeah,
something.
he looks like he's like albino black.
Yeah,
kid.
he
Like,
would
braids
be
aside.
mixed with something for sure.
I mean, he looks like to be honest, most people probably won't. He's white passing.
And to me, I mean, I don't know
His,
because
his child is white passing, in my opinion.
I mean, it's kind of like a. Would you like to say that's the same as like the way Clay looks, or the way a Blake Griffin looks? People don't think they're white boys.
Nah.
That's what and that was gonna be
my thing
question.
You know
is
what I'm
my thing is I think it kind of like it varies. Like Adonis, Drake's son, is very we call it fair skin. Is that the
He look white.
He's fair skinned.
He look white.
is that that's what I'm saying? White. I'm saying,
But
like,
he doesn't.
He's lighter.
But he doesn't look white.
Like Blake Griffin, he looks like a light skinned kid. Like that's what he looks like to me.
What about Clay though?
Clay looks like a light skinned kid to me.
I don't think
He's
Drake's
kind of
son-
like the same color as Drake's son. That's why I said Clay. Maybe not so much Blake. Blake's a little bit darker.
But Drake, see the reason.
I mean, Blake's a little bit darker than Clay. But I think Clay and Drake's son are kind of looking like the same kind of color, right?
Drake's son is light.
He is light.
It's really the hair for me.
He got a fro. The kid
Curly
has a
fro,
the kid
though.
has a fro.
He got a curly fro.
He has a fro on his
That
head.
didn't look like a fro, bro.
What does it look like?
It was.
Was it
curly,
like
but-
straight
He
hair?
got curls, bro. He got
gold-
curly hair. You're a mixed baby, bro. Of course he got curly hair.
Like a fro to me.
Them braids look. Them braids. I was like, but I.
His braids look a little, but I'm saying I'm not gonna talk about a little kid on
Every
hair,
kid
but-
get
yeah,
cornrows.
But he looked when his hair was out, it looked like a fro. To me.
So do you think
It is a
that-
fro.
So do you think that going into this conversation, do you think that in terms of identification, how do you think like what is the rule for identifying somebody looks black or like if somebody says they're interracial, how do you like let's look at logic. Like let's
Yeah,
let's
he
keep
did.
it-
He don't. He look
let's
white.
keep it a stack.
No,
do you
he
consider him black?
I
Even
would
if he's half black?
if I didn't know if nobody told me I wouldn't have known.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
Correct.
don't, but that's the thing though. Like with our race, that we come in all different shades of the
And they all
spectrum.
do because I mean, there's plenty of Puerto
Yeah.
Rican people out there in the world and
That
Hispanic
look
people
white,
that
yeah.
look white as
Yeah.
hell.
It's just a matter of genetics. At the
Yeah.
end of the day.
I don't. I mean,
But I mean,
yeah.
with somebody like Drake's baby, right? I forget what his baby mama is, but he's half white, half black. So it's just a little tiny bit of black in his
Yeah,
baby. You
it's
know what I'm
true.
saying? So it's gonna come out. The child's gonna come out looking like that. You know,
Yeah.
you're not really gonna be able to tell.
Let's take out the kid. I should never use that example. It's a little kid, but like
No, that's a good
someone
example to
young-
use,
yeah,
though.
like,
We're not
some-
saying nothing bad about him.
Yeah, but like someone like Logic, for example, like if you want me to be honest, I don't like. I think that Logic only, and in fact, I don't give a fuck. I think that Logic really grew up as a white boy, and I think that he only identified as black to get included into hip hop culture.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Like, cause I mean,
I
just,
won't disagree with you.
in a way to like let's really look at how he talks. I mean, not saying even like just even how he relates to people.
I was about to say talks. Like
Yeah,
that's a
'cause
bad
that
example.
sounds-
That's
that
a
sounds
bad
weird,
example
but the
because
way
there's
that
not a
he-
certain way that
Yeah.
people should talk.
Because the way that he relates to people, he relates as if it's like you're trying to prove that you're black. It's like someone like J. Cole who has a white mother. He don't have to prove that he's black. You get what I'm saying?
Because he looks very much like
It's not
it
even
too.
the fact that he looks black. It's the
I
way
think
that
it
he
is.
comes-
No, I think it is
Because you
look
wouldn't
a
be able to
certain
tell
way.
J. Cole got a white mom.
Cause nah, think about it like this. You say it's the way he acts, the way his demeanor, the way he carries himself. But the way Logic looks now, right? Logic looks like a white male for sure on the outside. But obviously, you said he's half white, half black. But if he came around acting like he was this or that, the type of stereotype that people would think of, you'd be like, why? You probably the person that didn't know Logic from Adam
Be
would
like,
probably say,
why are you acting?
why
like
are you
that?
acting this way? Point. It's a fact.
That is a fact,
it's
bro.
reality of
Yeah,
the situation.
That's
I
a
don't
fact.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. Nah, I don't
People be looking
disagree.
at him sideways, like, what is you acting like that for?
I don't disagree with that.
Like, what are you?
But then my thing is that like, let's even actually have that conversation. Then let's say Logic looked white, but then he talked what would be considered black. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or he talks in a way that he can relate to African Americans easier. At that point, so then what do we say? Do we say that he's white passing? Do we say that he's really African American? If we don't know that, let's not even say we knew that he was biracial.
Well,
He's still white. You know, that might just be how they talk where you from. Like, I follow this girl on Twitter that cooks. She's from fucking Louisiana. when I heard her voiceovers,
I thought,
this is a black woman down south cooking, bro.
Yeah, nah, I thought
she
that same
white
thing.
as day.
Yeah, I know
but
who
that's
you're
just
talking
how
about.
they talk down there.
Yeah.
You gotta accept that. And she's like, and she even posted a video about like people were saying that I'm trying to talk black and all this shit. But she like, I've been like this my whole life. This is how we talk down here. All the white folks,
Boy,
not
try to
just
get
me.
boy, try to get a little country twang in this.
Yeah,
That's how we talk down there.
yeah.
You're a clown.
This how we talk down there.
No, for real. I get what you're saying. I think, yeah, okay.
I don't know. It's a good conversation to have. But your question was if Logic acted like he talked like he was. So I can answer it.
If Logic looked the way that he looked, we didn't know he was biracial, but he talked as if he could relate better to African Americans. How would we view Logic today? Because I view Logic as a corny ass rapper.
I think if you didn't know him from Adam, I think you would still probably view him as being corny because just based on I'm just talking about our characteristics, who we are in general. Like I said, I feel as though like white passing when people say that means like you look a certain way. You feel me? Not based on your character. You're not based on like your personality.
Yeah.
You feel me? So when people say that, it doesn't matter how you talk or whatever it may be. You don't have to open up your mouth. If you just walk in a room, people can be like, "Oh, he's white passing," whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But when he opens his mouth and acts a certain way, you probably look at him a certain way until he comes and say, "Yeah, I mean, I'm black too.
I'm not black."
You feel me? And then people probably question him like,
Right.
"Nah, bro, you capping,
Right.
whatever it may be." But facts are facts at the end of the day. And I always say, like I said, we all come in all shapes, sizes, colors. So
then my thing is that my next question would be, so then what? Because I have a problem with Logic, and I feel like he tries too hard to.
Is that where this conversation is going? Because you have an issue with him.
do you have another issue with another rapper? what is up? What is up with you and these rappers?
He only likes
and
Wale.
That's the second. That's the second.
like Wale.
He
'cause
only
Wale-
likes Wale, bro.
Because y'all don't give y'all flowers to Wale or Big Sean.
Who don't?
A lot of people don't. People think Big Sean is hella corny. He diss Big Sean. Big Sean is influent. If you want to talk about music real quick, I'm gonna tell you the three rappers that y'all don't give enough credit to. Y'all don't give enough credit to Wale. Y'all don't give enough credit to A$AP Rocky. And y'all don't give enough credit to Big Sean.
I'm taking Ferg with Rocky.
I mean, if you want to talk about rapping, yeah, sure, but y'all don't give
No.
enough.
I'm talking about creativity. Oh,
You saying Rocky's influence on fashion and shit like that? That's where you going with that, right?
hold on. What was you about to say about Ferg? Don't disrespect Ferg.
You said Ferg is more influential than A$AP Rocky.
I didn't say nothing about influential.
No,
I said,
don't look at me.
I said creativity. No, I said I'm taking him over A$AP.
I'm not. Creativity where?
When it comes to creating music videos, when it comes to
What?
fashion-
Stop it. A$AP Rocky? Rakim? Nah, stop it.
he can have fashion, but you acting like Rocky the only bull in the group that be putting in work. You're over here tripping.
No.
Yes,
A$AP
that
Rocky-
is the way you looked at the
A$AP
camera,
Rocky's
the way
music
you looked
video-
at the way you looked
A$AP
at the camera, the way you looked at me,
Look at
the way you
A$AP
looked at
Rocky's
Shannon.
music-
You're acting like, whoa,
A$AP
this man's
Rocky-
off
Yeah,
the
you
moon.
were
like,
acting like
nah,
that,
don't
so-
you're not gonna come on here.
I'm not saying
Ferg
I'm
like
not saying
that.
Ferg is. I'm not saying Ferg is not creative. But what I am saying is, you're not gonna sit here and be like, I mean, actually, it's a personal preference.
It is personal. They're a group. It's a personal preference. It's like if you like Boys the Men or New Edition, you like certain people in the group. Or if you like Destiny's Child, you're gonna like a certain person in the group, whatever it may be.
But
you feel me?
I'm saying
You just like it's A$AP Rocky end all be all, or it's not part of the A$AP gang.
because
Like
A$AP
nah.
Rocky, because A$AP Rocky has hella sons in the music game right now.
Okay.
Who
Okay.
can you consider is a direct influence from A$AP Ferg?
But what does the influence have to be when it comes to creativity though? You can still be creative and someone not be a knockoff of you.
But then my thing is that I'm saying that because how we look at creativity and how we look at a lot of
And if we
rappers
want to
and
really talk
creative-
about it before you go into your rant, is Yams the one that ran those anyway? So it's like
I mean Yams is a visionary. We understand.
that's what I'm trying to say. So
But-
some people might say he's the most creative one in the group.
to.
Real talk. Some people say yeah.
Keep an open mind, Joe. Keep an open mind.
No,
But I'm-
put
but
it like
I'm-
this: would you consider Dame Dash more creative than Kanye West?
What do you mean?
Dame is a visionary,
He is.
but would you consider him more creative than Kanye?
In terms of what though?
They both have different styles,
That's
bro.
what I'm trying to
It's not even-
say.
it's not even about styles.
It
It's
is,
But
about
they're
what
different
is,
kind of
though.
creatives, though.
It is,
But
though.
it's not even about. Okay, so actually explain. Cause let me not write.
Dame is not in the same realm as Kanye when it comes to like all right. So when they were in the same on the same team as in Rockefeller, right? They was together, whatever it may be. Kanye wasn't even in like the quote unquote business world yet. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
They're different kind of dudes.
Dame is
he's
a
a hustler
in his own right when it comes to the business, corporate, executive type side. You know what I'm saying?
Which is
when it comes to Kanye, on the creativity and the music side, he's a different type of creator because there he's a creative genius. But when you move over to, I guess you could say, running your own label, whatever it may be, who you taking over? I'm taking Dame over Kanye. When it comes to running a quote unquote operation like that, I'm taking Dame. That's just my personal opinion. When it comes to that.
So how do you equate Yams being more creative than ASAP?
When it comes to Yams, he's the one that put the blueprint together. You have to have creativity to put the blueprint together, right or wrong.
Not necessarily.
No, it is necessarily because when I was watching an interview and he said that they said the whole gang, to be honest, said that when the Yams passed, there's a book that he had the whole blueprint in there, and there's gems left and right that they all got from him. When I heard that, I'm like, dang, he's the one with the mind behind the whole thing.
But
you feel me?
But what I'm saying, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, he can have a blueprint, he can have a vision. But what I'm saying is that there's a difference between someone having a vision and pulling things from you to execute that vision versus someone who's just purely talented. Like, A$AP Rocky is a very purely talented individual, but I can't sit here and be like Yams is more creative than A$AP Rocky.
In their own right, they can be.
But I'm saying this in a sense of it.
But they're both talented, though.
I'm not saying that they're not. But what I'm saying is what I look at Yams for is not necessarily the fact that he's not creative, but more so he was the one. How do I say this? He was the one that pulled the creativity and directed the creativity. It's more so about the fact of where you're pushing it to, because what you're seeing. Not necessarily the fact of A$AP Rocky right now could probably make a hit. He could probably design clothes. He could probably do everything and give you a very good rollout creatively. But Yams is going to be the one that's going to pull that out of him. You get what I don't know how.
You got to be creative to do that, though. You have to be creative to do that. Think about. Yes, no, it is.
I don't think it's even a question,
bro. You have to be. You have to be creative to pull something out of somebody. It's like,
I think you're giving him a slight because you're such a big Rocky fan, bro.
I'm not giving him a slight, but I'm looking at it from.
But you are, because he's the figurehead in the blueprint of this shit. I'm looking at it from. There wouldn't be a Rocky without Yams.
I disagree.
Okay.
Do you think the A$AP gang would be as big as they are if Yams didn't sit there and direct?
I think the A$AP mob would not be as big.
Excuse me.
I don't think the mob would be as big as they are, but I think that A$AP Rocky would have definitely made noise by himself.
He would have, but I'm
the same way he is now by himself on his own.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. The visionary that's pulling that out of him.
If we want to break it down, like, so. This about to be my super.
I'm
nerd.
saying if he didn't have, like you just said it yourself, Yams is the one that's pulling that out of him, right?
He was pulling.
If he didn't have that, would he be where he is now?
How do I say this?
No, it's how you say it.
No. No. I think that to an extent he would have made the noise. A$AP Rocky would have made the noise because A$AP Rocky brought a different type of sound.
I don't know if he was a hit as hard as he did.
That's facts, right? But what I'm saying is
A$AP Rocky. What I'm saying is A$AP Rocky. This is me being on my super emo Tumblr shit. It was A$AP Rocky. It was Glenn Brown. It was Justine Skye. It was the rapist nigga Ian Connor. And there's some other nigga, young Ade, right? All five of them niggas were the Tumblr punk rock emo kids, right? They were the ones who were in New York, super fly, doing all that stuff, right? They already had their base before A$AP Rocky became A$AP Rocky. They were modeling for Pyrex Vision, doing all these things with Virgil Abloh.
Facts.
So what I'm saying is that in terms of, if we want to actually, I'll do it like this. If you want to talk about music, I'll say, yeah, Yams is probably the reason why A$AP blew up the way that he did in terms of music.
That's all I was saying.
I'll say that.
That's all I was saying.
I'll say that. But in terms of, if A$AP Rocky wasn't doing music, I think he would still blow up. But not.
We're not saying.
All I'm saying is, would it be in the same way without Yams? That's all I'm saying.
If we're talking strictly music, no. If we're talking about everything else, hell yes.
But music is
what put him on, though. Is what I'm saying.
I disagree.
Music is what put him to the
yeah.
Global
Of course,
status.
he wasn't modeling. He was doing his Dougie for sure, but the music is what really blew him up. And who helped him get big in the music game?
Yeah, it was You
got to give credit to that.
Look at the fashion though. So how do you explain the fashion? Because A$AP Rocky isn't just like.
But it's on a much bigger level now that he blew up than.
But I don't. But I think it's really more so about like. How do I say this? I think A$AP Rocky blew up because he was a fly jiggy nigga that didn't sound like he was from New York.
Yeah, he was a fly nigga.
And my thing is that if you took away him taking music, he's a fly jiggy nigga that was on Tumblr getting hella buzz, modeling for a designer who's now the designer of Louis Vuitton.
Would it be the same now if he didn't blow up in music?
Yeah.
You're capping.
I'm not capping.
This is the fourth time you capped on the episode
That's
today.
the only question I asked you.
Outside of
answer
music,
it.
when was the last time A$AP Rocky dropped an album?
I don't know.
2015, 2016? Before that, he dropped Long Live A$AP. In between that, what was he doing?
It's fashion shit. I assume. I don't know.
Can we agree that people didn't like testing the way that they thought that they were? His last album.
Facts.
People didn't like it.
Facts.
How did he stay relevant?
Would A$AP be who he would be without the music?
Stop. Let me
That's the
hold
only
on. Let me put this in terms that Moose gonna understand. Okay, when it comes to A$AP Rocky, you're talking things that are hindsight after he already established in the industry, after he's already made a name for himself, things of that nature. Shannon's talking about from ground zero. Okay, we can talk about from Tumblr. We can talk from the Tumblr point when he had his fan base on Tumblr because it's fashion and all that stuff. At the end of the day, when it comes to Rocky, what made him a global star?
You're capping, bro. You don't want to admit it.
Answer. What made him a global star? What made him a global star? Just say it.
A global star, yeah, it was the music.
That's it. That's it.
Actually, nah. I'm
No,
taking
no,
that back.
stop,
I'm taking
stop,
it back.
stop,
No, I'm taking it back.
stop,
I'm taking it back.
stop.
No, I'm taking it back. I'm saying it was the music, but what really pushed it forward was the collective. Because they brought back posse rap.
The collective. Okay, well, stop. Okay. Oh, no. Because now we're getting somewhere. Whoa.
He brought back posse rap.
You just proved my point about saying who's more creative and everything. Who's responsible for having the mob, bringing the collective together, making it happen, making it run the way it's supposed to run? Who's responsible for that?
Yams, but I didn't say.
Okay, so when we talk about who's more creative and what happened, you just said A$AP without the music, he wouldn't be a global star the way he is today. Without the mob, he wouldn't be a global star today. And you go back to what you asked earlier in the conversation. You said, on comes to music, Yams is the reason why. Without that, the creative side
but the
from
mob,
the music and
but the mob
there
wasn't.
is no global star.
But the mob,
you just proved my point. You just proved
no.
my point.
But my thing, what I'm saying is, with the mob, people didn't look at the mob. You didn't even let me finish. Yeah, they brought back posse rap, but at the same time, niggas didn't look at them. Niggas didn't know that A$AP 12 rap. Niggas didn't know that all these other niggas rap. They were literally just fly niggas in New York.
No, it's facts. We're not
And
disagreeing.
that's what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, when it started coming to the music, when Yam started realizing, oh shit, 12 can rap. Oh shit, Rocky, Ferg, all these niggas can rap. They can make hits. They have a different type of energy when they rap. Yeah, that's when you can say, yeah, the mob musically brought back posse rap. But as a collective, most of them niggas were just fly jiggy niggas that had stain on Tumblr, and they were modeling.
But the music took them to the next level, bro. That's what you're not.
all
That's
we
the
saying.
music.
If
took
we're
them to the
talking
global
about
status.
music,
took it
That's
to
what
the
we're
next
talking
level.
about.
It
Y'all,
put it on steroids.
if you're talking about music, the reason why I brought up A$AP Rocky in the first place, bringing back to the original argument, was I brought up Wale, Big Sean, and A$AP Rocky because all them niggas have sons walking around culturally.
Nobody disagreeing with that.
Hella people disagree with it. They have sons walking around culturally in hip hop, and niggas act like Wale is some weirdo nigga. He was some emotional ass nigga. They think A$AP Rocky is just some weird nigga that wears kilts.
Name two of Wale's sons and two of Big Sean's sons. I'm interested to hear.
Mick Jenkins is a son of Wale. I wanna.
You said all these sons. I've heard one.
A$AP. If you want to talk about A$AP,
No. Wale and Big Sean.
Wale, I would say Mick Jenkins is definitely his son.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say, who else is in that poetic rap field? Poetic rap.
I mean, if there's so many, you should be just,
But if we're talking about music, it's a little bit weird. But if we're talking about just strictly fashion culture, I could definitely say. I want to say
He's getting a little stumped here.
I am getting stumped. Wale, damn. Because I don't know half these.
Fine.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah,
Don't
we
do
give you
that.
the countdown because you a Wale fanatic. You used to have this off the top of your head. All right, we'll move on from Wale. What about Big Sean?
Big Sean, definitely for him and Big Sean, there is. Damn, that's hard too.
I
now
need
think about
names,
it.
bro. You said all these sons.
I'm gonna put down Tyga.
Well,
Tiger's definitely Big Sean's son.
yo. Well, you heard it here first from
Moose
Moose.
is the greatest,
This
bro.
On some other stuff.
But what I'm saying is he has a lot of they have a lot of sons and what I'm saying is they got a lot of sons because when you look at how people dress now, everybody wears AF1s because of A$AP Rocky. We're not even going to deny that. Everybody started being a sneakerhead because of Wale.
Toast.
You said they wear what?
Everybody wears Uptowns now because of A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky brought them back.
Okay, I was about to say that he's not the reason people wear Air Force One.
Yeah, no, he brought it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give you that.
All that I was trying to say from the very beginning is that A$AP, of course, he's a star, worldwide star, but the music is what put him on that worldwide stage to help everything else blow up.
But then
That's all I'm saying.
the reason why the reason why I agree and disagree is because you're right in a sense of maybe someone in China may not have known him. But my thing is that going back to his rapey friend Ian Connor, do we know Ian Connor for being a rapper? Nobody knows that he's Playboy Cardi's manager. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Nobody really know that. And my thing is Ian Connor blew up strictly just by being a fly jiggy nigga on Tumblr. And that's why I'm saying that. Like,
Fly jiggy nigga, he said that shit like 10 times.
Like 10.
You right
Yeah,
though.
you understand,
No, you
he's a
right.
that's why
yeah.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it in that sense, not from a standpoint of music has nothing. No, of course, because he wanted to rap, of course. But what put him on? Because I think was really the fashion stuff, and that's just really what it is. Yeah, he blew up as a rapper because he made hits, things of that nature. He knows how to make a hit.
Mm-hmm.
But him knowing his fashion, him bringing in Rick Owens, him bringing in Raph, like him bringing in all these different brands. Yeah, that's the reason why. Because when do you see niggas wearing Rick Owens' street clothes or Raph Simmons' street clothes? Niggas didn't know about that stuff until he did. That's why I said it's hard to put on who's really his son, because once A$AP started wearing the Raph, the Rick, the Margellas, all that stuff, that's when everybody, oh shit, you could start wearing luxury clothes as street clothes.
Nah, A$AP a fly
You
nigga,
get what I'm
bro.
saying? So it's like
One
it's
of the
the same-
flyest dudes out there.
It's like Wale's the reason why sneakerhead culture is the way that it is. Big Sean is the reason why hella niggas wear tees and snapbacks, all that stuff. Don't look at me like that because you know it's true. So
Wale's the reason people are sneakerheads.
yeah, he's the reason why niggas started wearing ACGs. He was definitely on the sneakerhead game before
Nike
anybody else.
boots.
He not even just Nike boots. The way he used to collect sneakers.
That was a
beforehand.
joke. That
I know,
was a joke. That
but
was
it's
a
just he definitely all three of them niggas, they don't get their respect. But I don't even remember how we got here. But point is
You brought us here,
You
bro.
brought us here because
we was talking about something, then you said Big Sean, A$AP, and Wale don't get their respect. Then
They
that's
don't.
how we got here.
we were just talking about who was more creative out of the A$AP mob.
Before that, though.
You said, I mean, I forgot what we were talking
we were talking about
Me too.
Logic because I had a
Oh, we
problem
talking
with
about
Logic.
we
and then talk about Wale. Okay,
Yeah,
I
facts.
remember.
But then we got into a whole tangent about that. But I'm glad we got it. We started talking about that because that brought me back a little bit. But let's jump into the Face of the Future song of the day presented by MBT. If you don't follow us or not subscribe to us, follow us on all the social platforms. On Instagram, MBT_the1%. On Twitter, MBT the Future. And make sure you click that big red subscribe button when you go to our YouTube page at MBT Faces the Future for all of our video content. And all the up-to-date news of what's going on within the community. Moose has the Face of the Future song of the day. If you want to present it to us before we start it.
Song of the day is from Bull I met recently, like 2 weeks ago. His name is Senna. He's from North Jersey. He dropped a mixtape or EP this year called the Vanta Black Interlude, and it's called Crab Leg Sunday.
You heard it here first, Crab Leg Sunday. Check it out.
All right, guys, that was Senna with the song Crab Leg Sunday. Definitely cop that Vanta Black Interlude EP on all streaming platforms.
And once again, the song of the day, Face the Future song of the day, was presented by MBT. Check us out on all platforms for all of our content. On Instagram, MBT_the1%, Twitter, MBT the Future, and like I said, click that big red subscribe button on YouTube on MBT Faces the Future and subscribe to all of our video content. So Shannon, I got smoke for you. Straight smoke. Nah.
We all on the same page, bro.
I got smoke for you because your Sixers, man, they done disappointed the NBA once again. And I need you to tell me what's been going on. Why Ben Simmons won't shoot the ball? Why Embiid keeps falling on the floor? What's up with Doc Rivers and the Philadelphia Sixers? And what's going on in Philly, man?
I mean,
your teams can't close nothing out.
If I'm gonna talk, I'll take this whole segment up, bro, because I got a lot to say.
Give me a quick summary.
I can't. I gotta go into detail with the shits,
really
bro.
It's just blame Ben. We know that's the issue.
Y'all might as well just y'all might as well just sit back and relax for a little bit, cause I got a lot to say.
It's all Ben's fault.
I got a lot to say.
Listen. This is if you didn't know, Shanjo's theory on why the Sixers are the way they are. So take a listen.
First and foremost, Ben Simmons. the biggest problem there is with the whole situation.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Before you
Go ahead.
go on your rant,
Go ahead, yeah.
do you believe in that theory that they said that he's shooting with his wrong hand?
To be honest, I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
That.
People say he's right-handed, but he shoots left. I don't know how you're a righty, but you've always played left. I don't know.
It happens. My dad's that way.
Okay, well then
I'm like that too. I was
then it
born
could be.
ambidextrous.
It could be. Anyway, we just gave you $180 million, bro. 5th year in the league, right? $180 million. You still got 147 left on that deal, bro. It's an insult to the fans, to the city, to the organization, to yourself, for you as a player not to take the next steps in your career to make yourself better, to make the team better. The team's suffering because you as one of our superstars is getting subbed out for fucking Shake Milton and George Hill in crunch time because you can't be on the fucking floor because you afraid to shoot. Now that you won't shoot, you're afraid to shoot, bro. Under the basket, dumping off to Matisse Thybulle on the cut. When you got Trae Young, who you're a foot taller than him.
Y'all seen that video?
You're a foot taller than him, and you won't just go up and put the ball in. Your lack of aggression has really hurt the team, and I'm not gonna go with what people say about that. You're spoiled and you can't be talked to, but that's what it seems like is being done because it seems like you don't want to put the work in the offseason to become a better player for the sake of our organization, bro. You're the number 1 overall pick. You 5 years in. 5 years in, there's no fucking reason why your jumper hasn't gotten any better from day one. What are you doing in the summertime, bro? Stop worrying about these fucking Kardashians. Stop worrying about all this other dumb shit, bro. Get in the gym. Focus on your game, bro, because the team needs you, bro. We already took an L on Markelle Fultz. You should already, from that point, stepped your game up, period. It's not good enough to be an all defensive player, but you got to give us the whole package. But you're a number 1 overall pick. I'm sick and tired of this, and I can't even defend you no more, bro.
Don DeMarco.
I can't even sit here and defend somebody that seems like he doesn't give a fuck about what us as fans who sit here and got to argue with motherfuckers like this who be coming at me calling me crazy because I'm defending you when you putting that kind of product on the floor.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying? It makes me look like I'm fucking crazy.
Like the Bull Supreme Dream said on his video, you dunk on that nigga.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so frustrating to watch because 4 fourth quarters, no shots.
That was disgusting.
I don't understand how you can call yourself a superstar
That was disgusting.
and not even take a shot in the 4th quarter, bro.
That's
you
crazy
got to
to
give
me.
Joel some help.
Help him.
You got to give Joel some help, bro. You
Help
got to
him.
help him take us home in the end. You're the starting point guard of the team, bro.
It's not even.
You control you can control how the entire game goes.
And it's not even just
bro.
that. It's like just from like looking at it, man was playing on a torn meniscus.
Giving you everything he had. Now, like you said, Mills, the man falls down and he has
Clumsy.
His antics sometimes and the things he does. I'm like, calm the fuck down, chill out, and play ball.
He be on some other
because
stuff.
when motherfucking Joel Embiid puts it in his mind that he's going to dominate the game, best player on the floor, offensively and defensively. Period.
And the thing is, it's I don't even remember who said it. I think it was Scotty, crazy ass nigga. He was like, yo, like at least someone like Giannis who can't shoot and who's bad.
Aggressive.
He's not afraid to embarrass himself.
He's not afraid to keep shooting, bro.
Yeah.
And he's aggressive.
He'll be 0 for 13 from 3-point line, but if he make 2 of them joints, he made 2 of them joints.
Right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
Ben
the thing with
afraid,
Ben Simmons.
Ben afraid to shoot. They
Nigga
gotta
is
change
0
it.
for 0.
It's like,
He has to do something in the offseason, man.
And here's
because
the thing, it's like, bro, this will be your 6th offseason, bro. You have yet to get with one of these dudes that we see all over IG that is helping. Like leadership didn't help Bobby Portis. He didn't help dudes that were shooting terrible. And it have helped their percentages go up like 15-20% in one offseason.
According to Stephen A. Smith, he be ghosting people. Like,
and that's what I'm saying.
like,
that's the problem, bro.
He said
I believe it.
They
say he's baby.
Scheduled, yeah,
They say he's
scheduled
baby.
Him, but he be ghosting shit. And that to me, that's wild.
He don't want to put the work in, but you can't call yourself a superstar in this fucking city. Not in Philly, dog. Ain't nobody going for that shit, bro. We should see some sort of improvement offensively from year 1 to year 5, and we see none. And people are fed up with it, and rightfully so. For the hard-paying fan, for the people that are emotionally and put their time into watching this team play, you owe it to them to put the fucking work in to be the best player you can be. And the fact that you don't give us that is bullshit.
Yeah,
That's why motherfuckers coming for your neck so crazy, because you're not putting the work in as a star in the league.
Yeah, nigga. We not. You trying to hear me on keeping up with the Kardashians? You need to be keeping up with your jump shots, nigga.
Like, come on, bro.
Real rap. Nah, but the real question I have to ask y'all though.
He's getting traded.
Nah. It has nothing to do with trades. It has nothing to do with sports.
It's
Actually,
so frustrating.
It has to do with kind of what Shannon said as a fan, of them paying their hard-earned money to go watch you play. He says that Ben owes it to him. But I just want to play devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
Does he owe y'all anything?
Yeah, because
No. Morally, he does. But does he really owe the fans anything?
Yes, because we're the reason why you're getting paid.
You owe us at least your fucking effort, bro. You at least owe us.
Think about it.
Think about it.
If you make no.
Whoa. You're the reason he's getting paid?
So
Or is he the reason he's getting paid?
Without
How are
the
the fans the reason?
Why
he's
are the
getting paid?
fan? Why yo?
Hold
Why
on,
is Ben?
Mills.
Why did Ben Simmons get paid? Ben Simmons got paid because of because these people come and fill up the seats. They come and pay the concessions.
Okay.
They come
Go ahead, Mills.
all these arenas and putting their hard-earned money, TV deals, all that stuff. Going to him, they give you a chunk of that. All that revenue they bring in, the six organizations giving them a chunk of that because they feel like the return on investment will be good.
If you're gonna say he don't owe nothing to the fans, at the very minimum, you owe it to your fucking teammates. Period.
Dead ass.
You owe it to your fucking teammates. At least, if you're gonna say fuck the fans, y'all on my ass, y'all getting them, whatever. Okay, fine. You owe it to your fucking teammates, who I see the 12th man on the bench putting the fucking work in during the summertime. What are you doing?
Yeah,
You
bro.
at least owe it to your teammates and to your organization, who you definitely owe it to them to get into effort, because they gave you $180 million when you might have not really deserved it, but that's what the market is really going for these days, right? Okay, cool. You at least owe it to them to put forth the effort.
Honestly, truly, cause
But I just asked that because
Game 7 at home, bro. Game 7 at home. You're the fucking 1 seed in the East, bro. You're the 1 seed in the East going against a 5 seed in a team with no fucking all-stars. You have 2 all-stars. You have 3 guys that are on the all-defensive team and 1 guy that's all-NBA. And you lose to and you let Kevin Huerter come in and fry y'all up and beat y'all. If you would have told me that Trae Young would have played as bad as he did, I would have told you Sixers win by 30.
the reason I asked that question is because when it comes down to Ben Simmons and being, Toby said that the fans are the reason he gets paid. No, the fans are not the reason Ben Simmons get paid.
so,
Ben Simmons has got paid because, 1, when he came out of college, he did what he had to do. Correct. 2, his first 4 years before he got that big contract that he got, he did what he had to do.
He missed a year, but yeah.
But I'm saying he still did what he had to do in the grand scheme of things.
He did what he had to do, but he also
But
they had to pay him that bread.
But they didn't have to do anything.
They had to pay him that bread, but he would have walked.
I'm saying
I understand
And
that.
the way the league works now, with the way the money works out, being number 1 overall pick in that position, you're getting max money.
But what I'm saying though is, if he didn't pan out, if he did like a Kwame Brown or whatever and didn't pan out and didn't perform, they're not paying that bread. He doesn't have that leverage. That's what I'm trying to say. So to his point of saying the fans are the reason he's paid, no, the reason he's getting paid is because Ben Simmons did what he do the first few years in his career. Yes, he's on a downslope, and I'm not supporting him, but I'm just saying that statement saying the fans are the reason he's getting bread. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just rebutting that statement is false in my opinion. Does he? Then back to the statement I made before about does he owe the fans anything? Me personally, as an athlete, yes, I would say you have to owe the fans morally, yes, but not everybody thinks that way. You know what I'm saying? 1, Ben's like, I'm here to get a check, collect my check.
You're a fucking loser, bro. Get the fuck off the team. Go somewhere else. Go back to fucking Australia.
But how many people do that on the everyday workforce? That I'm here to collect my check. I do my bare minimum to get by, and I get my check and I go.
You ain't got millions of fans around the world.
But I'm just saying, minus the fans, man. That's what I'm trying to say. People do it on a daily basis, so. I understand he's just in a position where he has more eyes.
You're an athlete, though.
You work in the entertainment industry.
This is
different.
You know what the fuck you getting yourself into, bro.
I'm not debating that. But I'm just saying
owe it to the fans.
But I'm just making a statement that people do this on a daily basis in their profession, their job. They do what they have to do for years. They get their raise. Now I'm in cruise control because I did what I had to do to get this check that I wanted to get.
I understand, but I don't
You
think
feel
it's
me?
the same situation. Me working for the company I work for ain't the same as being a professional athlete.
How not?
Because I owe it to the fans at least to give them everything that I have.
You feel that way because you're a fan.
No, I don't. For any
You do. You
any
feel that way
organization
because
I
you're
would
a
play
fan.
for, bro.
But I'm saying you feel that way because you're having an emotional attachment to the team. You feel me?
For any
Like,
player on any team that gets drafted to any team, bro.
But I'm
you owe them your effort at least.
Where does it say that though?
Morally, you do.
Okay, that's
and
a
you
moral,
should want to
everybody's
give
morals
your
are the
effort.
same. Everybody's morals
Then
are
get
the
the
same.
fuck out the league. Then
But he's collecting a check.
fuck you. Get off the team. Fuck you. Go
Hey,
somewhere else.
Hey, Moose, let me ask you this. I'm asking both of y'all this. If y'all had a job, right? Y'all had a job, and you doing the bare minimum, but you still getting raises every year. You gonna get up out the league, or you
I
gonna
would
stay
say
in the job?
that job is stupid for fucking giving your ass that fucking
I
money.
mean, if they give me a
But
raise,
I'm saying at the end of the day, if you're in that position, you're speaking for a person that's not in that position. But if you get
I'm
that
not gonna
check,
hold. If I'm gonna raise every year,
and
I
you
work
just doing the bare minimum,
I
what you
know.
gonna do?
I might.
And you still get to do whatever you gonna do. That's all I'm saying.
Shit.
I
That's
agree.
it, but-
I agree with y'all when it comes to
No,
that. I'm
you're
just saying.
right, but you also have to understand. Like, I get where you're coming from, but it's always different when you're looking at it from a standpoint of people in the entertainment industry. Like,
Facts.
it's a very different to sit here and say that for me, who work as a payment analyst at
Okay.
Redacted, versus you playing basketball for one of the most aggressive sports fans teams in the country. Like, you're playing, and if the fans don't vote with you, they're not buying tickets. And if they're not buying tickets, they out. Like, obviously, yeah, it's Philly, but Philly is not Madison Square Garden.
Nope.
Like, you will lose your ticket sales, and they will trade your ass. Like, Madison Square Garden gonna sell because Madison Square Garden. You get what I'm saying? But when you in Philly, niggas will really be like, nah, leave, my nigga, like, dip. Like, they'll see you at Ishkabibble's, and they will jump your ass. Like, not playing with you.
That's cap because there was a video when I was on the board I was talking about at work and they seen Ben. Oh Ben, we counting you out. We know you're gonna bounce back. Nah.
And the thing is that I really want him to, bro. I want him to maximize on his fucking potential. But if you're not going to put the effort in, bro, I can't respect you.
Yeah,
Period. I don't want you on my team if you're not willing to, and y'all both know this. If you're not willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to win, I don't want to fucking play with you, and I don't want
I agree.
to root for you.
Yeah.
Period. That's all it comes down to for me.
You big ass, bro. Ass. You try and get all this Kardashian coochie, and look at you trying to be a Kardashian.
And Doc Rivers, bro,
you
you didn't.
bench.
Doc Rivers too, bro. He not off the hook either, bro.
Because
Because you didn't got out coached too many times in too many situations throughout your career,
I don't
dog.
think this is his fault.
Huh?
I don't think this is his fault.
I don't think this is his fault either. I'm not blaming it all on him, but I think there were certain things that happened where Nate McMillan was out coaching him, bro. When they go to that Hackabin shit, you got to pull him off the floor. When he misses 8 straight, take him off the floor.
He did. He wasn't in the game in clutch time.
No, I'm saying throughout the whole game, though. At the one point, he missed 8 straight free throws, bro. Take him off the floor. And the fact that, like I said, as a coach, if you got to take your star player off the floor in crunch time, he not a real fucking star, bro.
Yeah,
Period.
He a floozy.
Period.
Floozy.
You can't be my starting fucking point guard, and I got to bring in Shake Milton to bring the ball up the court.
Yeah, Shake Milton.
So
Niggas a
so
floozy.
so y'all just gonna let Tobias slide like he ain't do what he was supposed to do neither?
Tobias should never been a max player either, bro.
Tobias really just be there.
Tobias
because
is
you got part of my name.
he's
nigga.
so hot and cold, bro.
Yeah.
He'll have games where he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Then like in that game 7, he couldn't find his shot, bro.
Couldn't find nothing.
And that's why I was saying the whole time, like they need to
We gonna find you too.
like we
nigga.
all know about sports, right? You can't let a team, because the Sixers have more talent than the Hawks. I think we can all agree on that at least. They have more talent than them. You can't let a team with less talent hang around. Because the more they hang around, the more
They get
confidence
confident
they
they
get.
get, yep.
Kevin Huerter's hitting shots. He's in his head, I'm killing Seth Curry. I'm killing him.
And Seth Curry was balling, living up to his name. Yo, we didn't forget about you either, Tobias. Don't let me catch you at Geno's, my nigga.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this though. One thing that boy Ice Trae got that them boys in Philly don't got. Talk about killer instinct. That
He got
boy,
hurt, bro.
That boy will step on your neck and
He got hurt.
and not let
And
you up.
Then they
Nothing
don't
but
care.
respect for it, bro.
And
Ben Simmons, you should be
let me-
ashamed of yourself.
Let me bring this question. I put it in the chat, our other group chat, Shann. So at this stage in their career, Trae Young and Kyrie Irving, who's better at this stage in their
Trae
career?
Young.
Yeah, Trey's better. I said Trey's better.
Okay.
Trey's better. Now the question I came at was, are you taking a healthy Kyrie or a healthy Trae?
Right now,
Right now.
I'm taking a healthy Kyrie.
I don't know.
Because my thing is, because here's the thing, you can't
Tell me Kyrie can't score like Trae can. No.
I'm not saying that, but Dex made a valid point,
Mhm.
and I was
He
here
did.
for
No,
this.
he
made,
did.
He made a valid point when you're at that level, and their skill set is very, very, very similar.
It is very
You know
similar.
what I'm saying? They have attributes they do very well. I'll say Kyrie's a little more mature in the game when it comes to that. Obviously, he has a championship under his belt, but minus that, the thing that Trae does better than Kyrie is his playmaking ability. That man
Yeah.
makes big
He's a point
plays.
guard.
Not saying that Kyrie doesn't. Can score with the best of them. Obviously, he can score with the best of them at will, whatever it may be. But when it comes down prime time, lights is on,
You mean getting everybody else involved?
getting
Kyrie
everybody else
doesn't do it as
involved.
Yeah,
Trae gonna do what he has to
but
do.
that depends on the team that you want to build. Like the thing is why I like Trae personally is because how do I say this? He knows his weaknesses and he knows he plays around his weaknesses. Like for example, you know that this is a little nigga, and you know that you playing against Joel Embiid, you playing against Dwight Howard, nigga throwing floaters all day.
He's very good at drawing fouls.
Yeah, good at drawing fouls. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie, he good, but you know what I'm saying? The issue with Kyrie is that he had most of his moves you have to be at the net to do. Like, yeah, he can shoot, don't get me wrong, but he's more of a I'm gonna get to my shot, make
He
a
gonna
move.
mix you and go to the cup because
that's what I'm saying.
Is retarded.
Trae, when you play Trae, you gotta think of the fact of you don't know what he's going to
He
do.
can kill you multiple ways.
With Kyrie, it's more so about the fact of how was he gonna get to the net. You know what I'm saying? That's how you kind of have to look at them. I don't know if that makes
Kyrie
sense.
still got the strap
No,
too,
yeah,
though.
definitely.
he got
nice.
a strap, but he not more trigger happy than Trae.
No.
Trae gonna pull from anywhere and
Got
let
the
you
green
know
light.
about it. You
Got the
feel me?
green light.
Kyrie got the green light too, though.
Yeah.
From anywhere on the floor if you really want to.
He do.
But Kyrie, he's more so, you know what I'm saying? I think Kyrie's mindset, he's just in a whole different world than he used to be when it comes to professionally and personally. So that's
again, injured.
Yeah, injured. And that's another reason I take Trae over Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest thing is Trae's carrying the team like by himself, quote unquote.
And he's
You know what I'm
available.
saying? And he's available. And he's doing this.
Kyrie doing Sage. He doing Sage at the game.
Yeah, nothing against that, but it's just like, bro.
Do you?
I mean, but when he's healthy, he's performing though. I'll give him Uncle Drew.
Now he is. I never seen him like this. I never seen him like this before.
But he's always performing.
No,
I mean,
high
before he
clip.
got hurt, he was still hooping.
No, he was
crazy.
hooping before he got. But I'm saying like this season, I don't know what it was. Taking
Yeah.
out whatever happened. Media. I don't know what it was, but Kyrie was just kind of different this year. Like you felt it.
It's that energy, bro. He got a different energy.
Yeah.
His
He's a little
mindset's
yeah,
different.
he's
I feel
different
like
now.
he's. I'm not even gonna say just listening to like his interviews and stuff. Like he's become more in tune with like who he wants to be as a person. Because I feel as though he was fighting that for a long time in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting like juggling what he really wants to do versus what the NBA is trying to make him be, and also versus what like the fans and the people that are fans of Kyrie want him to be. You know what I'm saying?
He was having a little identity crisis.
That's all that was happening. He was fighting with that. You can see that. Like I said, like we know Kyrie came into the league super young too. So it's like you're watching them grow up in front of us, and that's why I go back to the point about Ben Simmons when Shann says, yeah, he's a passionate fan, but he hopes the kid does well, is because look. He's still trying to find himself as well. He came into the league as an 18-year-old. He's on with 23, 24 now.
24 years old, bro.
And we talk about mental health things that are of that nature. Philly's a rough city to be in. You know what I'm saying?
Rough is understatement.
Especially now. I can only imagine what it's like for him now. It's not even just like an NBA. This is like a national thing because everybody saw this on the big stage.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, MSNBC was making fun about it yesterday. MSNBC.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like you making it to the news channels now, bro. So now it's like I would hope that you would be embarrassed enough to want to go do something about it and change it.
Yeah, because at
You
this
feel what
point,
I'm saying?
it's all your fault, bro. Like,
And at this fault, it's in your fucking head
Clearly.
because you don't want to go. You don't even want to go to the free throw line. You know, you under the basket and you're not even looking at the basket. He does that fucking little dribble handoff. He doesn't even look towards the basket. You know what I'm saying? So it's in his head. Hopefully not the same way it was in Markel, but I mean, there's people out there that will help him. He needs to get with Lethal Shooter, bro.
and I
He
better
needs
not
to get with Lethal Shooter.
do
this summer.
not be at Geno's. Do not be at Ishkabibble's 1, 2. I better not catch you at Nodo. I better not catch you at wherever. I need you in the gym working on your jump shot. I will meet you at Temple. I will be the rebound boy doing everything.
Just
my
take it
nigga.
serious, bro. And I wish
Dead
you would have
ass.
played for the Australian team in the Olympics, bro, because you need that work.
Yeah,
You're not
do.
playing in the Olympics? Nope. Why not? That's crazy.
Because he trying to be in the Maldives with Kendall.
You need.
Kendall
She
will
with Devin
book. She will
Booker?
book
Yeah,
now. She
yeah.
will book.
Oh, that's probably why he hurt.
But it's like, bro,
That's why he
like
hurt.
you should have took that opportunity to work on your fucking game against the top level from around the world, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, do you take this shit serious or not? And if you don't, how the fuck can I be a fan of yours?
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I said. At the end of the day, yeah, he may not owe everybody anything, but if he not doing what he needs to do, they just gonna look at him.
And you know, Daryl Morey don't play, bro. Daryl Morey will ship his ass the fuck up out of there, bro.
Yeah, and he seemed like
He
one
will
of the
ship his
GM
ass the fuck
We
up
gonna
out of
see.
there, bro.
We gonna see. Because another thing is, I think it's gonna be hard to get rid of Ben if they wanted to trade him because his stock
stock
went
dropped.
down like crazy.
No.
His stock definitely dropped,
They're not
bro.
dropping. They're not
He
trading
got a big
anytime
market
soon.
still, but his stock definitely.
He got a big market, but
His stock took a dip, bro.
But the real question that you have to ask yourself is not so much about the talent, but it's like, are teams willing to take on that
attitude.
bill? Not fuck the attitude. I'm talking about that bill that they have to take on. Don't they take on the contract wise?
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. Who wants to take that on if you're not going to?
But they
you're not
move
going to
big
produce
contracts all the time now, though.
You said what?
They big contracts move around all the time now in the league, though.
But I'm saying with the production he's giving you. Is
Oh,
what I'm
yeah, I
talking about.
agree.
Like,
that's facts.
That's something that I don't think many teams want to take on. But Moose, jump into one of our final topics of the day. The BBLs have been a conversation, a topic of discussion. I know you put a little clip or something like that.
Yeah, because that was wild. Like, what is going on today? Like, this is an honest conversation, and we're gonna bring this full circle. But so I was on the internet, minding my own business. Next, like I'm scrolling, I'm seeing BBL. I'm like, okay, like what's the issue with like BBL? Like, sometimes I see this shit. Some people talk about it a little bit. Like, it was just unnecessary. Like, I seen it 3-4 days in a row. I'm like, what the hell going on? Type in BBL. Find a video. Apparently, there was a line in Santo Domingo going back to Atlanta.
Where we just came from.
Yeah.
DR?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's the capital of that shit.
And there was a whole bunch of passengers in wheelchairs.
28.
Yep. 95% surgery. 95% surgery. All look like young girls, young middle-aged women in wheelchairs. And it says surgery. And I'm assuming, me being smart, put two and two together, they got BBLs. So now my question...
For the low ski.
Yeah, for the low ski. So my question is to y'all, what is the issue with women and BBLs?
all right. Let me jump on this first. When it comes to this conversation, I feel as though it's not even, we're talking about BBLs, but I'm gonna expand it to a little broader topic.
Yeah.
It's not even just about women in general. We're in an era. I think we're in another epidemic when it comes to, but it's body dysmorphia. You feel me?
Sir.
And remember how we talked about the era when we were like the emo rap and then people were doing drugs, popping pills, things of that nature. I think we're in that era now where the whole body dysmorphia, I think I'm pronouncing it right, is becoming a thing where people are just not happy because of the way they feel as though they should be perceived or looked on social platforms, just in life in general. They're seeing, you got 14-year-old girls, 15, 16-year-old guys wanting to get their jawline fixed or lip injections or BBLs, whatever it may be, because they see their favorite superstar getting it because they don't like the way they look.
Everybody
You know what I'm
high,
saying?
look, they got some work done.
It's crazy now, and you're not even letting these young teenagers, men and women, aren't even letting their bodies develop to see what they're gonna look like. You feel me? They're just like, you're mad at you're unhappy with yourself before you even got a chance to know yourself or see what you're gonna look like or whatever it may be. And I think that's the problem at hand, more so than just, oh, it's a BBL thing. It's people aren't happy with themselves. The self happiness isn't there.
And that's and I brought it up really because of the fact that was really my thing. I noticed that, bringing it back full circle to race, whatever, it's like I noticed that, I'm not saying everybody does this, I know this happens in Europe, but we black men, my thing is, I noticed that in our community, in our culture, you got rappers, they women with BBLs, oh no, it's not a problem, it's yours, word to Quavo, whatever. You got people paying for, titties, ass, lip injections, all that stuff, and it's like, why do we feel, and actually no, I'm gonna just throw it out there like this, like, the reason why I brought it up is I have a problem with a lot of people changing the way that they look. Like you said, it's like you don't let your body develop. There seems to be an issue where we feel like we have to project an idea of perfection in our community. It's like, as guys, we gotta have a big dick. As women, women have to, have a big ass, big titties. They have to have a Coke bottle frame, and it's like, most people don't look like that. It's like, looking at guys, for example, it's like, we don't all have to have six-pack abs and look like fucking Idris Elba or Morris Chestnut. Like, everybody has a different build. And so my thing is that, like, where do y'all really honestly think this is coming from? Where it's like, people have to feel like they have to be perfected to be accepted.
Social media, the pressure, I think, of what, like Mil said, what people see online. I mean, now you can't tell people got work done or not, but I mean, everyone's body looks like that perfect hourglass figure with the big hips and the big ass and the big titties, and like you don't know what's real and what's not anymore.
You got males getting
Ab
fake
implants.
ab implants,
Any guy that
chest
had
implants, shoulder face implants.
Getting the little man boobs taken out.
That shit is weird, bro. Like, so.
And I'm also, we're not also like trying to come at it, but we're just saying it's a thing that's a thing. It's just a thing.
You know what I say is, you know what? Because look, I got little man boobs, right? I'm just saying, right? I'm gonna be vulnerable here, right? I would love to get them taken out, right? But what I want myself, I feel like it would be more satisfying for me to get my ass in the gym, get in shape, get my shit right to the way I really want it to look, and I will feel so much better about myself then versus getting them taken out with some surgery.
I'll say this now because you brought up a good valid point when it comes to the work aspect. Minus people getting like work done because of subconscious things that they had like after they've already grown up or whatever it may be, but I'm talking more so like the younger kids that are like 16, 17, 18, whatever it may be, going out of the country to try to get work done or whatever it may be, or 20, whatever it is. They don't want to put that work in. I feel like that's a thing with the generation nowadays, not even just when it comes to getting surgeries, like when it comes to the workforce, when it comes to anything. I feel like everybody, we talk about this all the time, the microwave thing, the microwave effect that everybody wants, you know what I'm saying?
It's like,
it's
think
what
about
they grew
it.
up seeing.
Yeah, they don't want to put the work in. They don't want to, or maybe if I do this, maybe I go to the gym, like you said, I can get fit like I want to get fit.
Because there's a certain type of attention and a certain type, we'll be honest with you, the concept of like pretty privilege or being handsome, like there's a certain type of privilege handsome people and attractive people get.
100%.
Like for women, if you know, even if you're not even showing off your body, if you have a nice body, the type of attention you get and the type of benefits you get versus a woman that doesn't have that type of body varies. It's the same thing
It's
with
favoritism.
guys. If you a handsome young man, the type of attention you get is going to be very much different than a guy who's not as handsome. And so I think like, and this is what I was going to raise. It's like how like my thing is just that I just feel like a lot of times, a lot of younger people see that and they're like, oh, this person's handsome. They get the attention. So let me go and fix my jawline, for example. Or, let me go and fix my ass to get the attention that I want so people can want me or people can make me feel accepted. But it's like, where's the happy medium of where, not even a happy medium. It's like, how do you stop this shit? Because we all going to have kids one day, And it's like, the reality of it is that we're going to have these conversations because the way that it's not looking safe.
It's
so
a lot of what they see growing up, bro. I mean, all these kids now that grew up in this generation of the shit that we didn't have, which is crazy because, I mean, we're not that much older than them. But the way we came up was so fucking different because, like we always say, and when I was going away to college in 2012, IG was just created, bro.
Yeah.
Twitter came out 3 years before that.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook came out a couple years before that. So, like, that was the start. Like, even, like, our IGs from back in the day, they all looked, like, crazy. Like, we didn't know what the fuck we was doing with IG.
They look way different.
Remember? Like, we didn't know what we was doing with IG. You was posting everything. You would post a picture of your laptop and put it up. It was about whatever. Now, what these kids see is all these people that look like they're living these crazy fabulous lives, that have these crazy perfect bodies, men and women, and that's what they think they need in order to be successful or to be liked and loved, because it's all about them likes, bro.
I think it's this body imaging thing isn't anything new. Because if you think about like the 80s, the big things, you want to be skinny, like super skinny, you want to be a model figure. You want to be on the runway, whatever it may be, or like when America's Top Model was coming out, the early 2000s, same thing. You want to be super skinny, starving yourself because I want to be that it person. I think the thing is nowadays, not even nowadays, but just over time and over history in general, is just they're seeing the people that they look up to and idolize doing this and saying this is okay.
It's magnified now.
It's magnified, so it's like, all right, this person's doing it, so I want to do it too. If she's getting this result because she gets this, she's getting X amount of dollars. You talk about deals and favoritism for looking good or looking a certain way. Let me do that so I can get to that point too.
It's the culture of wanting to be famous. It's like everybody wants to look like a video vixen. Everybody wants that same attention. Everybody wants that type of time where you get to travel, you get to fly out. Like
things are so much easier for these kids now because they all want to be influencers.
Yeah, and y'all not even
they can make bread off of that.
Yeah, and y'all get your bodies done. Y'all try to be this popping person that y'all not, and it don't do nothing for y'all because at the end of the day, what happens now? Perfect example going into this. Let's look at OnlyFans. OnlyFans is now moving away from adult content, and they're trying to make it more mainstream. Think about all the girls that got BBLs, that pay for BBLs to make themselves look more attractive so they can have more OnlyFans people.
And it wasn't even what it was made for.
Yeah, it wasn't even made for that. It was supposed to be like Patreon. But now look, you put yourself in a position where it's like you did all this to get your attention for guys, girls, whatever, and now they're moving away from that. And based on, we all know how algorithms work, you're not gonna be included in this. So what was the point of that? And for y'all to now get that validation that, yeah, like, you know, niggas looking at my ass, ooh, niggas looking at my dick, ooh, like, y'all doing all this stuff. It's
Pause.
Wow.
Pause.
Wow.
Nah, for real though,
Wow.
but nah, it's like y'all doing all this, and it's like y'all did this for this validation, and like what happens now? Like y'all gonna be obsolete. Y'all did all this to be sex workers. Y'all did this to look a certain way, to be attractive. I mean, that's what they call themselves. That's what they call themselves.
This man in his bag
That's what they call
today.
themselves. And now
Don
look at it.
DeMarco.
And now look at it. It's like you're in a position now where it's like we don't even know what's gonna happen, and y'all did this for that validation instead of putting in work, instead of going to the gym.
Y'all ever seen the show Botched?
Nah, you know what's funny? I watched that.
You never seen the show Botched?
I
watched that interview.
So the show Botched is all about fixing people that have gotten these cosmetic surgeries, these fake asses, these fake titties that now is fucking your body up. Your titties are saggy, your ass is saggy. You know, K. Michelle had to get her shit removed because she almost died. You know what I mean? So a lot of and it be fucking porn stars that got their shit, and then it be regular Joe Schmo that they got all these cosmetics, all these BBLs, and all these tummy tucks and all that shit. Now you got to pay even more bread to get it fixed because now it's fucking with your health.
Yeah, and that was the thing that the guy, because he did a TMZ interview. He said apparently like the BBLs are actually the most dangerous surgeries to get.
I heard that as well.
Yeah, it's like apparently it's like there's veins that lead up to your heart or your lungs, and if you get fat inside that lungs or that part of your body,
There was some famous woman, like I think it was in the last year or so, that she had passed away from getting like a surgery they messed up on her or something like that. I forget who
happened
it was.
to Kanye West's mom.
I know it happened to Kanye West's mom
if you
too.
Look at a lot of these women that not these women, but the men too that look so different now. Like a Lady Gaga who looks so different. Lil' Kim. It's not even the same Lil' Kim no more.
But Little Kim, I feel as though her situation is a little
Madonna.
different. Little Kim, when it comes to Little Kim, she was degraded so much in terms of the way she looked and that kind of like forced. I don't think it was a thing.
You mean
where,
like the old Lil' Kim?
Like I'm talking about when she
Before she got her surgery.
they
Like
came
I thought she
crazy at
was
her.
ugly.
No. I'm talking
I
about
thought she was beautiful.
No. I'm not saying like in terms of I personally thought. I'm saying like people degraded her the way that
Did they
she
really?
looked.
Yeah, that's why
Oh,
she
shit.
changed.
That's why she changed.
That's why Michael. It's the same thing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's dad.
She looked fine.
No,
to
she
me.
did. But
Yeah, she did.
You know what I'm saying?
People didn't say that to
People
her.
weren't saying that to her. You
It's
feel
the
me?
same thing with Michael Jackson and his dad. His dad used to make fun of his nose all the time. That's why he got his nose changed. You know what I'm saying? It's like you look at all these different things that happen to people at a young age, and it's like now you want to change yourself. Like me, like I've always been insecure about my teeth. I got gaps. I hate my gaps, right? But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's something that I'm not happy about. But it's something like I guess the whole message was like, as black people, we all have these insecurities that we have. You know what I'm saying? And for the bigger thing that we're dealing with, like we're dealing with racism, we're dealing with all these different things, and it's like the fact that you may not have a fat ass, or the fact that you may not be the next Cat Stacks or Superhead because they get attention, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm not saying that to be funny. Like I'm not saying that to be a jokester. But it's like
Superhead, bro.
Superhead, the Claremont twins, all of that. Like,
okay, I'm not gonna start going crazy. That's the Claremont twins.
But that's like, look at the Claremont. They are prime example. They were pretty women.
But my thing is. But if it's something that they want to do at the end of the
By
day,
all means, you have every right
because
to
I've
do
had
it.
this conversation plenty of times. Obviously, if it's something you want to do by all means do what you want to do. But we're just saying the cause of why people want to do it so much. These are the reasons that we were giving. So at the end of the day, you gotta be happy with yourself, your appearance, and things that come up with it. Whether it's upkeep after you get the surgeries, years after, because that's what you're gonna have to do. But at the end of the day, the reason why we feel as though this is happening at an alarming or rapid rate is the reasons we just gave you.
Social media and people want to be accepted, and to be honest with you, it's not that. It's really not that deep at the end of the day.
A lot of it is social because like Kim Kardashian, her ass looks fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Her ass looks fucking nuts, bro. Chloe, shit looks fucking nuts.
Chloe
And like
look
you see
older
people
person.
like Kylie Jenner's not even the same person she used to be, bro.
Neither is Jordan Woods.
You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you ever wonder like what the people that how you seen some of these people before they got their surgery, what they were like give Kylie Jenner for an example, like what she would looked like when she grew up. Like what if
Nicki Minaj?
what if she would have
same
been perfectly like not like what if she would have been a perfectly beautiful woman like without all the cosmetics?
Mhm.
Because she was, I think when she got her first like lipid, I don't know, she was a teenager. I'm pretty sure. So
We'll never know.
I don't know.
We'll
It's just-
never
it's
know.
I guess we'll
interesting
never
thought.
know.
Interesting thought.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
But that's all I got for today, guys. I enjoyed the conversation. It was good.
And you know what's funny about this whole thing? Wale did a song about girls and body dysmorphia, and he never got his respect for that song.
Wale, if you're listening to this podcast,
You've been mentioned.
sign my boy,
in every
sign my
season,
boy
bro.
Toby to some type of creative role. Sign my boy Toby to management, whatever it may be. Put him in your camp. You know what I'm saying?
And we love you too.
My
Wale.
man
Don't get
gonna
it
go
twisted.
hard for you, but
They don't give you enough flowers for you, bro. They don't. It's all right though. We gonna figure it out. Just trust me.
we gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. But I enjoyed the convo, like I said before. That's all I got for episode 63 of the Face the Future podcast. It's your boy Mills.
It's your boy
It's
Shann.
your boy Mince and Moose.
Peace.
Peace.